that. Wait a sec. 3.3, and I think this is 2.7. That's got 2.3 as well, so it's still going to be another low tier game, but I can't see, there's no real matchup as far as what I can use with that. That's tier 2, that's tier 2 as well, but this is tier 1. The rest of the stuff that I've got that's available is 1.3 or 2.7, which that's neither here nor there. It's just stupid, bad matchmaking. Same thing for that. Oh, that would be useful. That I actually get from doing this event. But I don't have it already, eh? So yeah, I can't really test this out effectively. It's at a bad matchmaking level. If I go higher than it to 2.7, then that basically means I can get up to 3.7 tier matches, which, yeah, it's just not good, if you understand what I mean. I mean, the other problem as well is because I'm having to use tier 2s to go with it, then that up tiers it already into tier 2. So the only thing, real thing I can do to it, like, well, I can't. It's going to up tier me all the time. I'll guarantee this will up tier me every single battle. It's stupid matchmaking rating. Let's have a look at the arcade mode rating for it. 2.3 as well. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother using that, I think. Or testing it. At least not at the moment, anyway. I consider that to be a abnormally, I think. Something that will eventually, once the tech tree gets filled up, be useful, and it will fit into, you know, that particular matchmaking or battle rating figure. But at the moment, it doesn't. Nothing there in that, you know, the tier 1 branch matches the battle rating of that. So, if I take anything else, either lower, if I go lower, then I'll probably get up tiered anyway. If I go higher, then I'll definitely get up tiered. So, there's no, yeah, this is an anomaly. It shouldn't be there with that battle rating. The battle rating should be either lower or it should be higher, as far as I'm concerned. The way this matchmaker works is just terrible. They really need to get rid of it as soon as possible. Okay, so what's that? 14,000 to get that. But to be honest, the tier 2 premium would be ideal, but I don't have any. I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to buy that either, or at least I don't think I will. But that's just a joke. I'm not interested in buying that for that amount. But I say it's a joke, it's an insult. I really do say that. Quite honestly, putting that in like that, it's just designed. Well, it's put into game to make money for Gaijin'ed, basically. As I've already gone through to buy one of those, it's around about €49, I believe, which will be about £34. I think at current exchange rate, maybe a little bit more than that. But either way, yeah, I find that quite an insult, to be honest. Yeah, it's not, doesn't leave a nice taste in the mouth. That's been happening a lot with Gaijin recently, I think. At least from my perspective, anyway. And it's not something that I like about the game at all. I have to say, the way that they're trying to manipulate the player base into doing certain things or buying certain things is underhand and not needed, in my opinion. It's dishonourable, I suppose, is the way that I'd describe it, but that's just me and my kind of the English mannerisms, I suppose. I mean, I do, like the game, and that's the the kind of annoying thing for me as well, because it is a decent game. I do enjoy playing it, and then there are certain elements of it I dislike. I will voice my opinions just because I have opinions. I've been speaking to Gaijin Moderation recently, and they've been a bit more reasonable. At least some of the ones at least the main one I've been speaking to recently has been reasonable in private conversation or private messages. And the funny thing is, he's not defending them. He's offering up excuses basically with regards to the questions that I'm asking. For example, I he pointed out my T28 post on the War Thunder Live forums and said, "Oh, this particular sentence, you're basically mocking us." And I'm like, "Well, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that isn't the truth." And he was like, "Well, the price of gold eagles is subjective." And I was like, I replied back to him and said, "Yeah, the price of golden eagles is subjective to the whims of the developers who change them quite regularly." And then gave him an example, and he didn't reply back. He didn't answer back to that particular statement that I made, and that kind of, attitude, or at least that kind of response is what I'm expecting from them on a regular basis now. They're not kind of even trying, I suppose, to hide certain elements. I mean, another thing that I mentioned as well, for example, this is another perfect example, is well, actually, I did mention it to him, but I didn't give my kind of like reasons for why it is really, really weird. And that's why the T28 is there. Why is the T28 a premium and the T95, which is its bigger brother, not a premium? Having that as a premium makes this set Tetri just look stupid. It just makes it look like a gold or a cash grab. Just you can look at the prices for the vehicles that are in there as well. These are the most expensive premium tanks in game. Those two and that one. I'll show you. I can quite happily show you that. Yep, more expensive than anything there, and more expensive than anything there as well. Now, this is due to the American player base and them buying these vehicles because of them being American. I mean, it's kind of a good example with myself with the English. I've got a lot of the premium aircraft. I've not got these yet, and I'm tempted to get them next week if I'm honest. But it's you'll see that with players of their particular nation. They will buy vehicles and premium vehicles of their particular nation because it is their nation. I mean, I would buy these if I could have. Well, if I could legitimately spend the money, I would do. But for those prices, no. For those three, that's £100. Pretty much. With that one included, I'd say easily £100 just from those 4 premium vehicles. And that's pounds sterling. And I can't legitimately pay for that for the Americans because, other than for testing, and that is a lot of money to spend on 4 digital vehicles just for testing. Um, so I'm very wary in doing that. I might eventually get them if I get discounts on them, but yeah, at the moment not going to happen. They're just far too expensive for me to just shell out that kind of money. I've got other things to spend the money on, basically, at the end of the day. And that, yeah, the way that Gaijin has been treating myself and the community just makes me not want to spend money on the game as well. That's the other issue I should point out. Of my own, that is. I mean, if I had some unknown donator pay me money to test them out, then yeah, I would do. I'd quite happily do that. But I can't legitimately do that myself. It's just not viable in my mind. It's probably the best way to describe that. Anyway, in my little talking and ranting or kind of update, I suppose, with regards to Gaijin in this update. Yeah, I'll get back into the game. But yeah, I mean, I can't. I do have to say, I'm not wrong on that. That's just funny. There's no connection between that, the M36 gun motor carriage, and T95. You should go M36, T28, T95. Simple as that. Battle ranges are lower for those as well. They both should be higher. Which again points to the kind of cash grab functionality that Gaijin are displaying with this towards the player base. It's aimed at the Americans, this patch, as was the Steel Generals when the 1.45. Mind you, probably 1.43 was as well, to be honest, as well, thinking about it, because that also had the B-57 in. 1.45, definitely. That was the Steel Generals patch as far as I remember. I need to change this ammo selection around. Got it wrong at the moment. It's a wrong loadout. See, so that's in here. He's been down tiered